guys, welcome to another episode of Loyal Nerd Crafts. I'm Sabrina and I'm hoping you really like this video. The original idea for this was a small lantern or lamp to put in the corner of your room without it looking like a little lamp in your room, but something quick enough that you can do on a weekend or even a day. Well, with the painting time, maybe a day and a half, according to which kind you use. But this is a very simple project. All you need is some little small squared wooden dolls. You can get them at Walmart in a pack of several sizes and choose what side works for the best for you. The little corner pieces that I'm using are just simple decoration pieces. You can get a large pack of them on Amazon. They're usually through Prime shipping, so they get to you rather quickly. I'm just using regular super glue. Yes, I hate super glue mostly because I'm getting it on my fingers or I'm getting it on the board or something. But for a quick project, it works pretty good. And it does adhere to the wood as long as it ain't treated. Now, the size of the project is the little top pieces I cut them down to 3 inches. And the longer side pieces are 6 inches. So this is actually a really small one. And you don't have to have the corner pieces. You don't even have, you can use anything. You can use a box if you got it, and just cut out holes in it. It's very simple to do. I just prefer using the wood because it lasts a little bit longer, and if you bump it or something, it's not going to come down. Once you paint it, it kind of just helps seal everything in place. I did have the first set of videos, but unfortunately something happened to them. So we'll just make do with starting from here, which is still a good place to start. I did have to put some tape on it because the glue just didn't want to stick in that one corner. But it just peeled right off. I waited a few minutes and it just peeled right off and it did stick. It just took it a while to cure. Some places do that when it's wood. I'm hoping you really like this one, and if you really like this project and you'd like to see more from me, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe, because that tells me and YouTube that you like my videos and you want to see more, and I hope to keep doing them. But I can't force anybody and I don't want to, so just think about it. If you like what I do and you'd like to see more, or if you got a project in mind you'd like to see, like say, hey, I'd like to see something with Sailor Moon, or I'd like to see something more creepy, or anything really, just let me know. Send me a comment. If you'd like to help me out with some of my projects, because some of them can be expensive, I'm on Patreon at Patreon/Loyal Nerd Crafts if you'd like to help me out, and I'd much appreciate it because some of these can get expensive and I'm just starting out, but hopefully there'll be more in the future. Always gotta look on the bright side. So I'm almost done here, which is great. You can see I picked out 4 more for the top piece. Because I want it completely enclosed. I don't want you to be able to see into it. Sorry for the roar in the background. That's my AC. Unfortunately, the only plug-in I got is near the AC. I'm hoping to take care of that later. But it's hot here. And the reason why you'll see me glue something, then I'll move it around, is so it don't stick to the board, because if you just glue something down where it's at, the glue has a tendency to run down through the cracks, go onto the board, and then your project is stuck to the board. It's happened to me several times. You can probably see that small piece of wood stuck to the board right there. Well, that's what happened. Back to one of my favorite parts. I sprayed this in a metallic silver because I really wanted it to go be ghost-like. And here's the plexiglass, and I already cut it down to apparently the size I want. And this film you can get at any hardware store. You can also get it on Amazon and Wish. I ordered it, I think this one was on Amazon. It's really cheap for a roll if you don't go for like a huge window size, but it really does look beautiful in windows, but I use it for projects. I'm just cutting it down to size, and it will stick to the acrylic, and which works beautifully, and it gives a nice rainbow. Unfortunately, it's really hard to do this when you don't have nails, and I don't have any. Yeah, there's my nervous tendency kicking in. And believe me, that film is stuck. I'm having such a hard time. I'm sorry about this, but it can be so aggravating when you're trying to peel something apart. And we got it! Yay! Now I just take it and place it where I want to. And it's kind of like putting a one of those protector screens on the front of your phone, except this one don't stick as tightly at first, so you can actually pick it up and put it back down and get it where you want it, which thank goodness it does. Now on the opposite side of this, I'm going to put a mirror tint, and that's what's going to keep you from seeing through it, but the light shining out of it, because the mirror tint that I'm using you can get for your house or anything else, but I really like the mirror tint because, for one, when you look through it you don't really see anything, but then when you shine light behind it, all of a sudden you can see the light. And adding this on the front makes a really nice effect, especially at night. And the plexiglass I get on Amazon comes in packs, and you want to look for the ones you can cut with a scissor. They don't shatter or crack or anything like that when you cut it, which is fabulous. They usually come in wide range packs. I think mine was a 12 by 12 pack, and normally it is prime shipping. Yay for quick delivery. Helpful hint later on, sneak preview kind of thing, is that you can use this with resin, and I will show you some things you can do with resin later. Now, you don't have to make this project as small as I did. You can actually make this quite large, and maybe later on I'll do a larger version of it for you. But for right now, I just wanted something small that I could sit in the corner and have a little bit of light. And the light pack I got is just one of those self-sticking, it's got the tape on the back, light strips that you can get about anywhere. Again, it's something you can find at your Walmart or anywhere else. Now you can see how pretty and shiny this is when it's silver. It really reflects. And I drilled some little holes in there. That's because I'm going to hang crystals off of it. You can see I just took some little wooden blocks, glued them on top of each other, made the same little squares I did on top. And you can see the mirror tint where you cannot see through it. The base is a simple construction. All of it you can find in your local craft department at Walmart or anywhere that sells craft supplies, Michael's, Joann's, anything like that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other ones out there that you can find. The squared wooden dolls. You can use frames. I've seen someone do it with frames before. They just didn't use the mirror tint, which that's what gives this the ghost effect. It's kind of like a ghost light source because it's not there and then all of a sudden it is. And me reminding myself, hey, you need to clean off the mirror and get your fingerprints off of it. Because it's a real shiny mirror and I really like that window tint for it. And it's a little harder to put on because once you stick it down, it's not coming back up. It's like pain in the tushy. I do recommend a spray ball with water so it'll slide easily until you get it where you want, and then you get to squeegee the water out with a credit card or a piece of folded over paper, just to help it lay flat without having any bubbles at all. And if you want to get it off its sheet, it don't really work on the first one I did, but the second one you can take 2 pieces of tape and stick it on both sides and you can actually peel that off a lot quicker. Yeah, I got some little bubbles in there. I could see it from here. I have got bubbles, but you really won't see them through the lamp, so it's not too big of a deal. Now, if I was putting this on a window, I'd be probably pinching a fit in myself. That base is really shiny. And what I'm also taking on the edges is what you're seeing me put those little strips down. Those are just coffee stir sticks. I've used them for a lot of projects. You can get a large box of them for very cheap. So I just spray painted them silver too, and I'm just putting them on the edges. For one, it helps the glue, the wood stick to the wood, and it helps hold the sheets down a little bit better. Yeah, I am putting a little glue there to hold the sheets down, but the tint that I put on it doesn't want to hold good to it. So the stir sticks just kind of help it from wiggling around and falling off. You can see, you cannot see through this thing, which that was the main purpose. That is such a shiny surface, and it really does look good. I gotta say, I'm kind of happy about the way this turned out. I'm sorry if I blind anybody, but the mirror surface really does shine bright. And you can get it anywhere, any metal spray paint, or metallic spray paint. And we are getting very close to the end of this. And there's the last of the side pieces. And after it sticks really well, then we got the top. Oh, well, no, I've had to trim a little bit more down. It does happen. You want to make sure that it fits inside the hole. And if you cut it off a little short, that's also a good reason to put the wooden stir sticks in there, because it kind of seals the edges so you really can't see through it, and it helps the light stay inside the light and not shine through the cracks. just a sneak preview of the next project coming up. I just wanted to give you a small hint. It has something to do with Pokemon. I hope everybody can't wait, like me, to start this project. I got a feeling it's going to take me a few days to complete, but it'll be well worth it in the end. And I hope you click the subscribe button so you'll know when I get this video done, and you can watch it along with me. You can follow along with me and see how I created an awesome, I ain't gonna tell you yet. You gotta follow for more. But here I am putting the last piece, it's the top piece. And when I created the base, I actually put the stir sticks all the way around the base. So when I set the box down, it actually fit onto it, and it kind of holds it in place. It's nice and tight. You can break the coffee stir sticks very, very easy. Most people do it with their hand. I have a little cutter for wood. It's a little tiny one, and it does great. You can get it with most crafting or craft supplies. And there we go. We got a sealed box. Doesn't that look pretty? It's nice and shiny. Now I'm going to put in the little, they're like chandelier replacement parts. They're little crystals that hang in. They got the little chandelier tabs where they fold over really easy. And I just take those and put them through those little holes I drilled originally that I pointed out. And I'm just taking a toothpick with a little bit of glue on it and putting it through the hole, making sure it goes through the hole really good. And then when I put that through, it'll actually just seal it in place where they stay in, where I put them. They still dangle, but it just gives a nice effect. Plus, when the light hits them, it shines nice color everywhere. So if you choose to run this light white, then it'll reflect off of the outer shell and the crystals and give you more of a rainbowish kind of effect in your room, which is really nice and lovely at night. But it helps to look more like just a little sculpture in your room, that it ain't a lamp or anything else. It's just a little sculpture, and it just makes it look a little fancy. Now, you don't have to add in there without it. It's absolutely lovely. But see, with it, it's a nice little dangly. And here we go. I took the lights, peeled them off, and wrapped them all the way around the middle pole of the base. And you can see I'm just testing it out. It's a little bit of a glow. And here we go to the final piece. You can see no light coming through. You can't see it. But then when you turn on the light, there you go. It's a very bright little lamp, and you can see the color coming through the top side.